Well, hello, hello. Hold on a wee minute. About oh God, I've mucked up already. I've mucked this up already. Is this it? There we go. Oh gosh. Right, okay. Okay, so welcome to this the first part of a look into the election. Okay, because I've had to condense it because we were taking no well. I'm kind of I'm against the clock now. I'm against the clock, so I thought we would do three today and three tomorrow. Well, as many as I can tomorrow. So I've done the more established parties today, and tomorrow we'll do um, the others. Okay. So first of all, I want to find. I've got them written down. Okay, so I think this was the national parties. Was it? No, that's New Zealand first. Hold on, that's the National Party. Right, Labour Party, sorry, right. So we're going to do the Labour Party first. Well, how do we look at the Labour Party, right? Now, warn you, I'll be putting my tuppence worth in, okay? So I've put it on the screen for you. Okay? So hopefully you can see it. I've got to bring it out because I can't see that, okay? Anyway, so the National Party. See, I wanted to do a big in-depth and how they started and everything, but I can't because I've not got time. Okay, so I just concentrated on their spiel. That's what we call it, on their spiel, what they're pushing. Okay, so the Labour Party priorities for the 2023 election are, it's like do. And at number one, right, is creating a strong economy. Labour is focused on growing a strong economy that supports every New Zealander to get ahead. I'm really trying not to. I've got my political head on, my political hat on. I'm trying not to have my political hat on. But we've got the readings. So maybe I can have it on. Thomas and I had this argument earlier on today. We're like an old married couple. Anyway, so they're wanting to create a strong economy. Well, they were in power when the economy went to pot. So, was that a strong economy? Okay, making housing more affordable. New Zealand's housing crisis has been decades in the making and there is no quick fix. But we are making good progress, are they? Are they? Ask yourself. See that this is. I can't help myself. Okay, I just can't help myself. Right? So are they? Have they? Do you see houses everywhere? You know. You see this is like the chat show, the psychic, so family combined. Okay, so have you seen houses everywhere? Are they making good progress? Okay, this is the questions you have to ask yourself. Keeping communities safe. Every community should be a safe place to live, work, and raise a family. Labour is working harder and smarter to keep New Zealanders safe. Break the cycle of offending and tackling root causes of crime. But they were in power. So what they've been doing? Has the crime went up while they've been in power? Has it? Okay, so the next one is building up our education system. This is one I would watch. I would look into what they were doing in the education system in the first place. Education is at the heart of Labour's plan to make sure that every New Zealander can reach their full potential in life. What about those that have fallen through the cracks? What about those? While they've been in power. Okay? Now, this is the biggie. This is one of the big ones, okay? Fixing the cost of living crisis. As global inflation drove up the cost of living, did it? I mean, come on. a global. It's funny how it's all been up at the one time, when we're reading behind the lines and between the lines and through the lines. I think we all know why the cost of living crisis is here in the first place. Labour has provided practical support to make everyday life more affordable for New Zealanders. Is it? Has it? Is it more affordable for you? That's another thing you need to ask yourself. So, here we go. It's a good job I've already done the readings because my personal views would be in there. Okay, so meeting the climate challenge. Where is it? Oh, I've not got my phone up with me. Hello, hello. Yes, this is him. Yes, yes, Klausy. Oh, we're on target. We're on target. Yes, to make everybody poor. Absolutely. See, this is the kind of thing I do in my TikTok show. You'll just have to put up with me because I just can't take this. I can take it serious, but the thing they're saying, I just can't take serious. Okay, so meeting the climate challenge. Labour has taken more action to. I can't even get my words out. Labour has taken more action to tackle climate change in the past 6 years than all other governments combined. Because of this work, New Zealand is now bending the curve of our climate emissions down for the first time in history. Okay, so how poor does that make you? How poor is that going to make you? How much money have they got into this CV, the climate change? And why are you pushing it? And your car's going? What is it? Okay, so you look into that. Building up our health system. So wait till we put this one. Building up our health system. Right, so how are we going to build up the health system? Labour believes that every New Zealander should be able to access world-class healthcare. No matter where they live. Is that as long as I've taken this prick? Is that what they mean? Is that what they're meaning? As long as you've taken the prick, you can have healthcare. New Zealand should be able to access world healthcare, no matter where they live. In 2017, we inherited a health system that was under serious pressure after years of underinvestment. And since then, we have worked hard to turn it around. Did they turn it around? Did they turn the healthcare system around? You see, this is the things that you've got to ask. Did they? And how did they manage that? And how much did they spend in the CV? And where did the money go? Where did the money go? Because if it's anything like here, it didn't go to the public and it hasn't went into the healthcare system. So that's things we've got to ask. You see, this is why Thomas says, if you're going to do it that way, get the readings done first, because this is me with my political hat on. So that's why we did. That's for compromise between Thomas and I. That's for compromise. Okay? I got my way, as per usual. Anyway, sorry. Working in partnership with Maori. Labour is committed to improving the intergenerational well-being of our, is it Wanu? By working in close partnerships with Maori. Together, we have made changes to support our communities, including establishing the Office of Maori Crown Relations. Oh, here we go. Arwitai, supporting more. Is that Here we go with these things. Ragataki. I'm butchering them. At least I'm having a go. Into work and training. Oh, of course, I need to get into work and train. Come on now. Are you not paying taxes? Yeah, come on. Into work and training and unlocking the potential of Wenu Maori. So they're going to try and incorporate the Maori into the system so that they can tax them within and into their life as well. Geez, also they can fleece them too. I hope you're not a Labour supporter that's watching this. Anyway, we are continuing this mahi, as we continue with our recovery, tackling inequality. How did it get such inequality? Initiatives, through initiatives like the Maori Health Authority partnering with, well, I don't know what that is, to accelerate housing developments and support for Maori medium education. Well, they're not getting a substantial education. Well, they'd be best off educating themselves and the ways. Anyways, here we go. Here we go. Oh, Chris. The Right Honourable Chris Hipkins. The Right Honourable. Could say something, but I'm trying to get quiet. Right. Chris Hipkins. Chippy, is it you call him? Is the leader of the New Zealand Labour Party, Prime Minister of New Zealand, and member of the Parliament for Ramataka. Chris' vision for New Zealand is a country where Kiwis can create a better life for themselves and their families through hard work. His belief that every New Zealander should have the opportunities they need to succeed is why he got into politics. And it's what drives him every day. Except when he's not there. Except when he's not there. Okay. Chris became leader of the Labour Party and the Prime Minister in January 2023 amid a global cost of living crisis and an economic uncertainty around the world. He immediately reset the government to focus on the bread and butter issues that matter most to New Zealanders. Do they matter most to the New Zealanders? Do they matter most to the Labour Party? You see, this is what you've got to ask yourself. Do they matter most to the New Zealanders or most to the Labour Party? Are they putting New Zealanders first? Are they putting the Labour Party first? He has put supporting families front and centre while growing a strong economy. Is the economy strong? Is it? That works for all New Zealanders. Does it work for all New Zealanders? And is this just blowing smoke up your rear end? Okay. Through budget 2023, the Chris Hipkins-led government introduced a range of practical and targeted cost of living measures to support New Zealand families. What about the rest? What about everybody else? Did they not get support? Did they? Because it just seems to be, and okay, supporting families, I'm all for that. But where's everybody else's support? Families, including, this included scrapping the $5, is that, co-payment on prescriptions, free or cheaper public transport for young people, and cheaper childcare. At the same time, Chris ensured that his first budget did more than just respond to the challenges of today. It also built for the future, did it? Did it build for the future? It made targeted investments in areas he believes are critical to growing our economy and improving productivity, including skills, science and technology, and infrastructure. Prior to becoming Prime Minister, Chris held a range of ministerial portfolios. Following the 2017 election, he became the Minister of Education. How was I saying that? I lost the place. The Minister of Education, the Minister of Public Service, and Leader of the House. During this time, he oversaw a number of significant achievements, such as introducing free and healthy lunches in schools, free apprenticeships and trades training, which led to record apprenticeship numbers. But what you've got to ask yourself is, okay, of all those apprenticeships, how many went on to full-time jobs? How many? Okay. On top of this, more schools and classrooms were built across the country. Oh, we all know where that is. We all know why that is. And almost every state school was upgraded through the school investment package, because got to get these children in there to, not to fill their brains. Oh, gosh. Chris later took on ministerial portfolios for health, CV19 and police, where he delivered a range of measures to make New Zealand safer and fairer for everyone. Was it? That's not what I seen. That's definitely not what I seen. But did they make it safer and fairer for everyone? Wow. If I'd have known that, I would have highlighted that. Growing up, Chris was strongly influenced by his parents, his education, and the caring Hutt Valley community. This upbringing sparked his passion in. Oh, hold on. His passion in. Oh, I'm sorry. I get carried away. I get carried away. I'm going to move it. Oh dear. I get carried away reading about this, about the 12-year-old. Right, his public services and grounded him in reality of working families with big aspirations. What's that? Oh, he's passionate, right, okay. He attended Waterloo Primary School, Hutt Intermediate and Hutt Valley Memorial College, later known as Petone College, where he was the head boy. That just says it all. In 1996. He went on to be the president of the Students' Association at Victoria University, as says it all as well, in 2000 to 2001, where he completed a Bachelor of Arts, majoring in politics and criminology. I have a Bachelor of Arts honours degree, and I majored in politics and media. After completing his studies, he worked in a variety of roles across government and business. Chris is the father of two who loves spending time with his family, particularly in the Hutt Valley, his home. Okay, so there we have it. That's the Labour Party. That's food for thought. So I can take my political hat off, and now I need to find this. I can take that off now. Remove that. And we'll put this on. So I can find the thing that this isn't going to be all. Hold on. What did I call it? It's a guide. Okay, so hello and welcome to this. What did I call it? It's a guidance to the election. Okay, so I've concentrated on the three more established parties. I've concentrated, so we're going to do Labour first. Okay, so this is the second part. Okay, of the Labour. So what's in store for the election for Labour? Okay, for Labour. for Labour. So what's in store for Labour for the election? Oh gosh, well, can you get any? I don't think this is going right. Really, really, really. Hold on to get this. I want to. Oh no, it isn't. Hold on, just bear with me. Can you see this? Oh no, can you see it? I wonder if I put these back a bit. Would you be able to see that? Maybe not. Oh, there, you can see that. Right. So, if you can see that, I'll straighten up. Right. I'm a bit close. No, I don't think that's going to work. But yeah, Labour is. Maybe you can work it that way. No. You can't even see it. Sorry. Right. Okay. Sorry. Right. I thought that might work, but it doesn't. Right. Right. I think they've dug their own grave. They've dug their own grave for what they've done. They've only got themselves to blame. Some of it was sheer greed. Sheer greed. Okay, and some of it was a power trip they were on. They were on a power trip as well, okay. Well, there's some of them just want to run away. I'm wondering, did some of them not stand again? Did some of the MPs not stand again? Because some of them, well, I know some of them are away, but right, it's right. Whatever this is with Labour, I think they've got to reach rock bottom to bring themselves back. I think it'll be a different party though, a different outlook. I feel as if the party was hijacked because the principles of that party when they first, because I wanted to let you understand, I wanted to do a really deep dive into when the party started and how they got to where they are, but obviously because I took ill, so I couldn't. So this is the best. This is the best we could do. So I'm just concentrating on the election, right? So I'm wondering. I think they'll go back to the roots of when they started. They'll go back to their roots. Okay. Yep. Definitely. I think it's out with the old and in with the new. I feel as I think I got that in, was it the live, that there's a new leader coming in, because Chris is, did he make an appearance again? I think he did. I think he did make an appearance again. Anyway, oops, that one there. So this is for Labour. Need to shuffle them again. Labour. So Labour, see. Oh well, see, they hold the key to their own recovery, but they need to. They betrayed the public, but some of the public don't realise it. Oh wow, some of them don't realise that they were betrayed. Gosh. Yep. But some people do. It was like over here when our Labour went to the right to appeal to Middle England, and they forgot their roots and they forgot what they stood for, and they lost their core support. So the core support, what they've got left is leaving as well. Okay, there's a lot coming out about them. There's a lot coming out about what they've done and the part they played. Okay, the part they played, but they're still on a quest. They're still on a quest. I mean, I looked into their policies, which I've just seen. I don't think they've learned anything, but that's me. I can't. I'm political. I can't help myself, right? So this is not psychically. This is canon. Come to can. I don't think, by the looks of it, and by the looks of their report, they haven't learned anything. So if you want me to give an overview of, taking my psychic hat off and put my political hat on, let me know, and I'll do a wee kind of rundown on what I think. Okay. I don't want to influence anybody though. Like, you've got to make up your own mind, But things that their policies concerned me. I mean, that party just concerns me. I can't help myself. Right, so anyway, so we'll get back to psychically. Right, see, a light's been shone on what they did. The light's been shone on what they did. Can you see that? You know, the way he's shining the light. Okay. There's still things in the dark. There's still things, oh wow, there's still things to come out about what they did. Right, so I feel as if there's two. Okay, I still see it. I think there'll be a challenge. He'll either resign from, I think he might even actually resign for the party and resign for politics. I'm not sure, but that's the way I'm feeling. But I'm wondering if there's two. If and then there'll be a couple I'll put in for the leadership, because I feel as if it'll be between two males. See, a female is sitting in information, just biding their time. So there might be three, Thomas. I think there might be three, two males and a female, but it'll come down to the male, the two. Okay. Ultimately, I think it will be this one, the stronger one, will win. Because it looks to me just now, the way Spirit's talking and the way, for now, I don't even see them anywhere in, I mean, are the popularity through the floor? Because that's what it looks like to me. Popularity's through the floor. So there we go. So that's a wee clarifier. Oh wow, see, they're believing in the impossible. They've still, I feel as if there's some people in that party don't think they've done anything wrong. They really don't. They don't think they did anything wrong. Okay, so once again, that's a reading for Labour, or on Labour, not for Labour, on Labour, okay? It's just what's coming for Spirit, and because I can't help myself because of political my thoughts as well on it. All right, so okay, so that was Labour. Okay, so that was Labour. Now we're on to the National Party. So we're on to the National Party. Wait to get theirs up. This was it. Yeah, the National Party. Okay, so once again, I'll read it in. I probably need an assistant to turn the blinking pages. Anyway, so the National Party I think it's Chris Luxton's. I think he's a leader. Well, he must be the leader. He's the leader. Right, so, okay. So the National Party. Right, so this election is an opportunity to change and the change and the chance to get New Zealand back on track. Sounds promising so far. Kiwis are struggling because the economy is damaged. You don't say. This has seen costs outstrip wages as food, fuel, rents and mortgages skyrocket, creating a cost of living crisis. Crime has increased. Now, when you can compare that to what Labour was saying, and you compare that to what the National Party are saying, okay? And then you kind of go with your own intuition and what your intuition's telling you, all right? So, as the government is spending an extra $28,000 per household each year, would you not like that money? I think it'd be absolutely fantastic to have that money. What are they spending £28,000 on? And what are you seeing for your household? That you're getting spent £28,000 on per household each year. But this money is being wasted. Oh, sorry, I should have read on. Wasted on bureaucrats, consultants, and ideological projects. I wonder why that is. I wonder what ideological projects they might be. That's instead of bolstering bolstering the frontline services. We need like police, nurses, doctors, midwives. Well, were they no yeeted out? I think they were yeeted out. Okay, and what were you doing when they were all getting yeeted out? When they were all getting hounded out of their jobs, what was the National Party doing? What part did they play? Okay. That is what I can't. It's as if I'm doing the church as well. That's instead of bolstering the frontline services. We need like police, nurses, doctors, midwives, and ensuring our kids are taught the basics. New Zealand's economy is struggling. The cost of living continues to rise faster than wages, and mortgages are unaffordable. National will rebuild the economy to get it working for all New Zealanders. We will stop Labour's wasteful spending that you're paying for and get the books in order. So what wasteful spending is that? I mean, it's not really even into detail. Encourage work. In other words, if it's anything that's going over here, all the people who are sick, all the people who are disabled are all getting yeeted and getting to work. Absolutely disgusting behaviour. So I hope that's not what they're going to plan. Okay? Yes, I believe work. But I believe work should pay. Pay people a decent wage and they'll go to work. People are going to work hungry in this day and age. Encourage people to work. I wonder how they're going to encourage it. Encourage work. Reward effort and let you keep more of what you earn with tax relief. Do you believe that? Do you believe they're going to do that? Cut red tape. On what exactly? What red tape are they going to cut? Build infrastructure for growth, like roads and public transport. Drive technology and innovation. So what's that? What's the technology and the innovation they're going to drive? What they're talking about there? Support trade and investment. Well, obviously. Grow skills and keep talent in New Zealand. So the talent, I say, our doctors and nurses are all going to Australia because, we're in a crisis as well. A working economy means New Zealand can also afford a quality public services we rely on. This election, the choice is clear. You can vote for a strong, stable, national-led government with a plan for the future that will rebuild the economy to reduce the cost of living and help you get ahead, restore law and order and improve our schools and healthcare. So the choice is, do you believe them? And the choice, another thing I'm hearing over here, because we've got the election next year, is who do you vote for? Right. So, or you could continue with three more. Is it only 3 years? This is a reason president of 3 more years of the economic mismanagement of Labour, Green, Tea Party, Maori coalition of chaos. Or did they have a coalition? The coalition of chaos that is weak, divided, and lacks plans and ideas needed to address the issues facing New Zealanders. Wow. Only a party vote for National could change the government and get our country back on track. There's not really that much that they're going to do. I mean, it was much of a muchness. To me, there's not that much they're going to do. So let's see. So, Christopher Luxton. Meet Christopher Luxton. Okay, let's meet him. Christopher is married to Amanda, and together they have 2 young adult children. Born and bred a Canterburyan, he attended Canterbury University before joining multinational company is it Unilever, first in Wellington and then in several international posts before becoming president and CEO of Unilever. Aye, it's Unilever. In Canada. In 2011, after many rewarding years abroad, the call of home and the desire for his children to have a Kiwi upbringing coincided with the opportunity to join Air New Zealand. Within a couple of years, he was chief executive. He was chief executive of the world's best airline. National's values are his values. He works hard, is an inspirational, and yet he works hard and is inspirational and yet gets things done. Those are the qualities he'll bring to being the Prime Minister. It's time to take New Zealand forward. There's hard work ahead, but he is up for that. It's what he does. Under his leadership, a national government will get things done and create a safer, more confident and more prosperous New Zealand. So the credit for the last one was the Labour website. This is credit to the national website. Okay. There's not really that much in that. Not really. I've done the same again, haven't I? I'm too busy reading about Chris that I forgot to, change the thing me. So yeah. So that's that one done. So I mean, don't get me wrong, there is a lot more on the website if you're that way inclined, okay? That was just an overview. So if you want to really get into their policies, they're on the website, okay? But no, I'm not going to put my tongue small in. I'm just no. Okay, so let's get their reading done, okay? Oh, sorry. Which one was theirs? Oh, I should have named these, but I don't think I did. Okay, so we're concentrating on the... No, we're not concentrating on that because Karen's mucked us up. Okay, so... No, we're not concentrating on that as well. Oh, don't tell me I've got two the same up. Oh, this could be a disaster. We're looking at... Gosh, what was I was looking at? Oh, for goodness sake, hold on. I can cut this out. What was I looking at? Oh, probably the end of this. I think it's New Zealand first. No. Oh, I had these all set up. The National Party, which I believe is it Christopher Luxton's? That's the memory. The party he's in. That was the first one I had. Okay, so this is the reading for the National Party, okay. He's leader of. So let's have a wee look at what Spirit has to say. Oops. Share that one we need to do. About the National Party. Are they promising the world and delivering nothing, or what's going on? Okay, so I wonder if there's a bit of deceit. Have they been a wee bit deceitful? Because, their policies, I never went into them all, okay? Because you can find them on the website if you want to kind of go and see what they say and what they do. Right. I'm wondering if they've been a bit... No, it's deceit. There's something deceit in it, okay? On the out, looking at it overall, yes, absolutely great. but there's still something in the background, okay? Something in the background. I would look to see who's funding them. Yeah, I'm trying to get my political head off and just go with the spirit. Thomas is like, get your political head off, but I can't help it. I'm like the politics, right? So overall, Thomas is saying, read the small print. Okay, that's just what Thomas is saying. Read the small print, okay? See, I still think that it's going to be I still see a hung parliament, so I'm still seeing that, and somebody's going to be the kingmaker. Remember, I said that, and you've only got a week to go. So I'm wondering if that's shown in the polls. Right, so this was upside. Right, there's no waiting. They're not waiting in anything there. I feel as if they're funded. I feel look who's funding them. Thomas is saying, look who's funding, and look past. Look past the bill. Look past the bill. Okay, so on the surface it looks great. Okay. So I'm doing the 3 traditional ones just now, and then the ones that are just coming in I'll do tomorrow. Or I'll put up tomorrow rather. I had all the research done. This is me just kind of getting the things. Like confusion. See, there is confusion. I would be Thomas is go, Karen, will you please get your let me go ahead though. I can't help it, but people are confused, okay? People are confused. They don't know who to vote for. They don't know who to vote for, okay? Well, see, were they just as complicit, Thomas, and the whole thing? When they sat back, look at the voting record as well. Look at the voting record. Look how they voted and how they acted in Parliament. Did they go in and actively oppose, or did they sit back with their arms folded? Because that's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm sitting back with their arms folded, going, fill your boots, Labour, fill your boots. Okay. They're on a quest to. I'll cover that up. They're on a quest to. I wonder if their party's been a bit tarnished too, because they're on a quest to kind of clean it up a bit, okay. See, they've got the key for the recovery as well, but they need to be honest. They need to be honest with the public. Be honest with the public. I'm hearing. I don't know. I mean, God, come on. I can't help it. I'm just. Thomas is like, just go for it. I mean, they're all inclusion. There we go. Right. Has Luxton been Prime Minister before, or has he been in a coalition? I'm wondering, because I know he's got a lot of experience, but he was in charge of something. See, the way the polls look just now, is he on track to win? Not win outright, but obviously beat Labour, but I think anybody could beat Labour just now. See, there's a strong woman in that party as well, I think she's waiting in the wings. I'm wondering would she be the deputy? Thomas, the deputy? Is there a strong woman in that party that would, if they, I don't feel as if they're going to get majority, but somebody's definitely, right now it's looking like there's going to be somebody that's going to be the kingmaker. To to help this party. But I'm wondering if there's a woman who'd be deputy to Christopher. Yep, he's definitely. See, that's the kingmaker I'm seeing in this party. Not in the party, right? I'll put it there because he's not really in the party, but he'll help them. He'll help them. I have my thoughts, but I'm trying to keep them out of this. Anyway, so there. Just make sure that's still going. Right, see, they have faith in their dream. They must be in the lead in the polls because they're all sitting pretty. But pride comes before a fall. I'm hearing as well. Pride comes before a fall. Okay, so that was the National Party. That was the National Party. So. Okay, so that was the National Party, eventually. I mean, geez, oh man. I need to get a better system to know where everything is, because with the studio it's just down around here somewhere, but it's not really labelled properly. It's not really labelled properly. So now we're on to... Oh, wait a minute. Right, okay, so we're on to this. New Zealand First. New Zealand First, okay. This is Winston Peters' party, okay. So, New Zealand First, okay. So let's have a wee look. So New Zealand First 2023 policies. 1. I've done about 20 of them because they've got loads and loads, right? And there's more, okay? So I just hadn't enough room to put them all in. And I wanted to make it a bit fairer, So if you need to go and see what the policies are, okay. So this is what they plan to do if they get in. New Zealand First will not form a government with Labour. With the Labour Party, whether in coalition or as a confidence and supply partner. That's what I've always been saying, a confidence and supply partner, but I just didn't know the term for it. I was called it a supply and demand. 2, there will be no change to the age eligibility of the superannuation under New Zealand First. So they try to put the age up so that you don't get it, possibly. Not New Zealand First, but, the crazies. 3, under New Zealand First, the prick vaccine... The prick mandates will end. Are they still in place? Are they still in place now? Oh no, I'll give you my thought. Right, okay. I'll give you my thoughts overall after this is done, okay? So that was the prick mandates will end. 4, under New Zealand First, we will change all of the woke virtual signalling names of every government department back to English. Back to what they were before the academics from the university sociology department started this madness a few years ago. 5, under New Zealand First, we will meet St John's funding demands. We will ensure Plunkett is funded. So are all these getting underfunded? Are all these people... This will be life thing, let's say, life and death things possibly that people need. Plunkett is funded to do their job properly. We will fund Matt King's Gumboat Friday charity. We will ensure rescue helicopters and surf life-saving New Zealand are properly funded. I can't... I'm at a loss. Am I surprised that these are getting underfunded? No, because they're getting underfunded over here as well. 6, We will ensure pharma has more funds to get the medication to the people that need it most. But the first thing we are going to do is sort pharmac out. They will concentrate on performance, not purify, whatever the hell that name is. 7. Under New Zealand first, if you cannot, if you don't commit a crime, sorry, if you commit a crime and are part of a gang, wow, if you get, I mean, the gangs are over here as well. Part of a gang will be law that it is an automatic aggravate. I'll try again. Under New Zealand first, if you commit a crime and are part of a gang, it will be law that it is an automatic aggravating factor in your sentencing. 8. In addition, if you assault a first responder, police officer, paramedic, firefighter, or corrections officer in the course of their duty, there will be an automatic 6-month minimum mandatory prison sentence. Number 9. New Zealand First will repeal the Therapeutic Products Act. See, I've still got I've got a question. Not for New Zealand First. I've just got questions. Right, so number 10. New Zealand First will design New Zealand First will designate gangs terrorist entities. Right, okay, this is what it is. New Zealand First will designate gangs terrorist entities under the Terrorism Suppression Act of 2022. Wow. Okie dokie, so we're on slide 2. Right, so 11. New Zealand First will invest 100 million into transmission upgrades as a means to enable economic growth. 12. New Zealand First will collaborate with local council to develop the is that Dargavo aerodrome? 13. We support a waste to energy plant to be located in Northland in place of the Dome Valley rubbish dump. 14. We support moving the ports of Auckland operations to Northport and establish a naval base in the area. Okay. 15. We will take GST off basic foods, including fresh fruit, vegetables, and meat, dairy, and fish. 16. We will establish a dedicated gang prison to minimise prison recruitment of non-gang members. Wow, is that what's happening? Members. 17. We will ensure tax income brackets are adjusted to inflation. 18. We will provide tax incentives to promote added value. 19. Get people who have spent years on the dole back to work. Okay. At least they're not forcing the sick back to work like they're doing over here. And committing abuses against the disabled. 20. New Zealand First is going to restore education and stop indoctrination of removing gender ideology from the curriculum, especially in primary schools. And there's more, okay? There's more. Okay, oh my goodness, actually, remember to move the slide. Right, so Winston Peters. So who is Winston Peters? Right. Oh, oh my goodness. Mr. Peters. So that to me is connotations of another name right away. Mr. Peters grew up in Northlands and holds BA and LLB. And what exactly? He entered Parliament in 1978 for the National Party in the seat of Hanua, is that? And was MP for Turanga, I think it's Turanga, from 1984 to 2005. In 1993, Mr. Peters and others formed the New Zealand First Party. Well, it's been going a fair wee while, to represent those New Zealanders concerned about the social and economic direction of our country after the reforms brought in under Roger Monix in the 1980s. Mr. Peters, as the leader of New Zealand First, has always sought to provide pragmatic, common sense representation in Parliament, championing issues such as regional investment, sensible immigration, and care of the elderly. Oh, I like that, care of the elderly. Anyway, the party gained representation in the last first past the post election, and then in 1996 won 17 seats in the New Zealand's first MMP election. He was Deputy Prime Minister and Treasurer from 1996 to 1998, leading business and finance delegations to Asia's capitals and the US and Canada. From 2005 to 2008, Mr. Peters was a Minister of Foreign Affairs and New Zealand aid in the New Zealand First Conference and supply arrangements with the Labour Party. So that was 2005-2008. He is credited with being personally responsible for thawing New Zealand-US relations. Why? Did you know, like the USA? Mr. Peters has gained a reputation for his tenacious pursuit of fairness and accountability, highlighted by victories in a number of political exposes. This continues to underscore his politics. Mr. Peters has been successful in 2 by-elections, one in Tauranga in April 1993 and again in Northland in March 1950, that was a long time ago, 2015. As well as being a former primary and secondary school teacher, Mr. Peters has practised as a barrister and a solicitor, including in his own law firm. Okay, so he knows the law. He's a former New Zealand Maori rugby representative. After the 2017 general elections, New Zealand First formed a coalition government with the Labour Party. Wow. Is that the one there? Is that the one just passed? Oh, well, it must be. Mr. Peters was Deputy Prime Minister, Minister for Foreign Affairs, state-owned enterprises and racing. And that's credit to their website. So, that was Mr. Peters. Not even Winston. Mr. Peters. Mr. Peters, okay? Right. Now we're going to see which ones are which. I think that's like that one, maybe. See if I've loaded the 2 ones. I mean, geez, oh man, I could have. I could have added 2 readings that are the same, okay? So you've been warned, because it's me. Oh yes, it could be. Let's see if I have. I think this is the only one that's not been done. What did I call it? It's a guidance to the election, okay? Oh, see, I knew it. I think I have done the same. Obviously, New Zealand First is the one to be heard. First, okay. Oh no, there we go. Oh, okay. I can't even read the guy's name right. I need to pause it. I'll you pause it. Okay, so back. So we're looking at New Zealand First, which is Winston Peters' party. So let's have a wee look at them. So they're quite, I'm doing the established parties first, okay? Because when I done the research, they're interesting. They're interesting. So we'll see what Spirit has to say. You know what I have to say. I'm trying to, as I said, not put my I'm trying to keep my political hat off. But as you know, I've got a degree in politics and I'm interested in politics because it affects every aspect of your life, So let's see. So New Zealand First. Did he? Did he put New Zealand first? Oh well, he's all tied up in knots. I feel as if he felt he was getting trapped. This is more Winston. He was trapped. I mean, if I read it right, if I remember the notes right, was he in coalition with the Labour Party? I think that party were, if I remember correctly. But he's and then he started the new party. Oh, I'm wondering if he started the new party because he knew this was coming and he wanted a fresh start away from everything. Or did he start a new party? Oh no, right, okay, he's branched away. Right, okay. It's not a new party, he's branched away, that's what it is. He's I'm wondering if there's been a policy change, a change in policies, a change in how like so you have your socialist, your conservative, your whatever, your Lib Dems, your whatever. I'm wondering if it's a change in direction. That's what it is. That's why I get confused. I thought it was a new party, but I get confused. No, it's established, right? But I feel as if there's a new direction with it. There's a new direction. The overall looking at that, the policies look great. Okay. There was a lot of policies, so if you want to know what's going on, because I could only cover so many, right? Going onto the website and look, because it's a case of what he says and what the party says and what they do, as parties do, is tunes eye with different things. Because on paper, like the National Party, that looks great. See, he's biding his time and he's been patient. I'm wondering if he thinks he's got a real shot, either being the kingmaker or being the Prime Minister. Oh, but I'm wondering if it's going to be an upset. I'm wondering if National will get in. Oh, wow. Because I'm wondering if it's going to be a swing. I don't know if it's to his party. A last minute swing away from them all, away from all the. I mean, I'm going to do the lesser known ones and the ones that are just coming in tomorrow because I've got all the research done. I'm wondering if it's a swing away for these traditional parties because I'm doing the three of them just now because I felt they were, to me, politically, they were more established. But it's as if do you know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a pendulum, right, and it's swinging back and forward between the three parties because it's like over here we had before the Lib Dems, like say, with themselves, we got into coalition, right? So we've got the Tories, Labour, and we had the Lib Dems, and that was the three major parties, right? And this looks like the three major parties, and I feel as if the pendulum's swinging back and forward, right? We're kind of doing this because the pendulum, right? So the pendulum's swinging like that, back and forward, right? Towards the traditional, the new, but it's as if it's stuck on the new parties. on the new, kind of going towards them because more and more people are waking up. See, I feel as if that party's in trouble. That party's in trouble as well. I feel as if they were in a coalition with Labour, you know, what they're pushing, and see, I'm seeing the press pushing it, and it's either to make you go and vote for them because they want somebody else, they're up, you know, hoochty-poochty going on. Because as I said, the pendulum's stuck, and I try to get it back to the traditional parties. Wow. Let's have a wee look and see what else is going on. Oh, wow. Right. If they went into a coalition, right, or if it was in, you know, like say a kind of needs must kind of thing where they support the government when they needed to, they did a lot of damage to that party. There was a lot of damage done. See, people are using their instinct, and to a certain extent, I think Winston's using his instinct as well. As in, we have to rebrand this party entirely, because I'm seeing more kind of going on in this party than the previous two, as if he's going to need to rebrand because there was damage done. So he's trying to rebrand the party. See, they accepted the slice of the pie, but now they're kind of knowing that the pie was laced with something that it shouldn't have been laced with, you know, metaphorically. See, but he's worked. You know, he's always been in, from memory, I think he's always been in politics. You know, he's like a career politician. That's the way it comes across. He's a career politician. I'm thinking, was it him? It was. I'm asking Thomas because I can't remember, because it's that long ago I did the research, and I just went back over it today to add some things. I've lost my train of thought. I was going to say something, but maybe I'll come back to me. Oh gosh, we all wanted there. All right, it has come back to me. From what I can, reading the policies, it was like, oh, we're putting people first. We'll put the people first. Which begs the question, did you not do that? Did you not do that in the first place? Anyway, right, see, they're sailing out of trouble. See, that's tied up in knots, and he's not as stuck as he was. The party as it was in the past was dead, basically, and he had to rebrand it, and now it's sailing out of trouble. I'm wondering if, was it Winston that done that interview that people were talking about, because it must have resonated with people. I think it did resonate with people. See, that I'm wondering if something's going to come out about them as well. Secrets, I'm hearing secrets. They're going to go in a new direction as well. But you've only got a week to go, and I'm wondering if something's coming out about them. You know, because you know what politics is like. It's a dirty business. See, the pendulum's going more to the new parties and the less well-known parties, because I feel as if they're stuck just now, and they're trying to kind of say, oh, they could be the kingmaker, they could do this, but perhaps not. See, their strength. They're going to act on their strengths, not their weaknesses. So they're going to concentrate on their strengths, because there are strengths in that party. there is strengths in it, but I feel as if I can't help it. I need to put my political head on because you know what I'm like. It's time for people, if this is the case, and obviously you're going to still have governments for now to hold them to account, and say, no, you work for us. You work for us. No more big handouts. No more. There we go. Yep. See, that is out of their comfort zone. They've stepped out of their comfort zone because I feel as if they've shifted the party. And it's slightly out of sync to what their beliefs are, to what their actual beliefs are. So I'm wondering, cautious. I don't know if it's them that are cautiously optimistic or if it's the people that are cautiously optimistic. Okay, but it was funny about that pendulum, which it's as if it's stuck pointing, towards the newer parties coming in and the ones that are literally new. Okay, so that was them. Okay, so let's have a wee chat. So that was the three main parties I would have thought, that I found. Do you know, between, this is me, right? This is no psychic, this is Karen with the political hat on, okay? Between Labour and the National Party, there's not that much difference. It's not what they were saying, it was what they weren't saying. What they weren't saying. I felt intuitively that they're both hiding something. They're both hiding something. So, in Winston's party, I feel as if he's just trying to re-establish, maybe not rebrand, but re-establish himself. Well, I can't go against I can't go against the psychic realm, but try to kind of rebrand, re-establish, whatever. He's trying something else. But I mean, we the pros and the cons, and we some of the cons right enough, but weigh them up. I mean, if that was the three parties between them all, who do you go with? If you were voting, who would you go with? But obviously, there's other ones coming in. But what a choice! What a choice! Okay, so that was the first three parties. I've had to put them all in the winner, so you need to go and get a cup of coffee and a sandwich or something, because this is a bit over an hour long. It's over an hour long, okay? So, anyway, I'll go and I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with the rest of them, okay? All right. Bye for now.